Guys, I'm going to share something with you that the Lord revealed to me. Whatever it is that you use, whatever it is that you use to try to trap others, what you use to beguile others, what you use to seduce others, and seducing can be not only sexual and in a sensuous way, but seducing, you can seduce others to sin in other ways, seducing them to, to drink, to smoke, to do things that they normally would not do. Whatever it is that you use, whatever it is that's sort of like your secret weapon that you use to bring others down, lead other people away, is going to be the very thing that will be your downfall. The Lord reminded me of Absalom. Absalom was the son of King David, and he often tried to overturn his father. He went against his father. And not only just to get rid of him, but he wanted to kill his father. Absalom still had something in his heart against David when his sister Tamar was raped, and he felt that David did not do anything about it. Now, why David handled that situation the way that he did, we would never know. But we do know that David followed after God. And it's probably the same thing how sometimes in our lives, someone does something to us and it really is unfair. But maybe God spoke to David the way he speaks to us today. When someone offends you, when someone does something wrong, and God tells you to leave the situation to him. When God will say, don't raise your hand against this person, let me handle it. And so perhaps David, while it's not recorded, maybe the Lord spoke to him and he obeyed the Lord. Because what we do know is that David is a person that would go after with the sword upon the commandments of the Lord. He never moved ahead of God, even against those who were a thorn in his side. He only would go in and he would only subdue and he would only fight battles as he was instructed or commanded by God to do. Nevertheless, Absalom felt that David had done nothing. So he went and he killed the brother that, because he was a half brother. So he went and killed him and he ran away and he did many things. Needless to say, a time came when Absalom is now trying to kill David, and David had to flee and to hide in the mountains. But one of the things that made Absalom beautiful was his pride and he was charming. The people loved him and he was very handsome. And one thing that stood out about Absalom was his long, beautiful hair. If I'm recalling correctly, Absalom would cut his hair just because and weigh it. And this was, a big deal. He was just that beautiful. He was that handsome, that dashing. And so he used his looks and his charm, and the feature was his hair. All those things, my brothers and sisters, worked against him. Pride in thinking that he could go against his father and remove him. And so he tried to overturn his father, and the battle turned against him. And so in fleeing, his hair got caught in the trees and he could not get entangled. He cannot detangle his hair. And that is how he ended up dying. That is how he ended up getting killed. What he gloried in and what he used, not just his hair, but everything about him, his looks, his beauty, his charm, his physical, his natural means, finally became a trap to him because he would not take heed to the Lord. He looked at himself, he looked at his countenance, and he was caught in the trees by his hair, and he lost his life. The Lord has shown me that many of you who are not obeying him, but using your own natural means, your charm, your beauty, your grace, your subtlety, these things will get you caught up. If you don't turn away, if you don't stop doing the things that he's told you not to do, the very thing that you're using now, the very thing that's working for you now, will be the very thing that will lead you to destruction. This is the word of the Lord.